I'll do. We talk about Jeevitnadi. I was like, really, do you really need to talk about Jeevitnadi? She said yes, because, sometimes people know the organization pretty superficially. And I agree, because we've been working for a long time, almost a decade now. People join, the movement on some event or some activity. They feel connected, but they don't know what the organization has done before or where we are basically heading. So I think this brings a clarity, and I think it's much needed, because I think most of you who are there in this webinar are already members with us, volunteers with us. But I think this will just give a perspective of what the organization has been doing and what it wants to do further. So Jeevitnadi,
Can you put it on your slide mode, please? So that, yeah, please. Thank you.
Okay, so Jeevitnadi basically is an organization, NGO, started back in 2016. It was a group of students of Ecological Society. I think most of us go through that phase where after the course, there's a depression, and then you think about what to do. One such person was Niranjan. He called a group of people for his son's birthday, and the objective was to give his son a beautiful, a clean river on his 10th birthday. Prithvi is 10 now. I don't think the rivers of Pune are clean, but I think there's a group of citizens who are more conscious, who are working towards the whole goal. And I really don't think it's the river that we need to clean. It's just ourselves. So I think Jeevitnadi has been in line of that objective. And so that's how the organization came into being. The group sat together and saw, what is the basic foundation? How do we, what is the root cause for this whole disconnect that is there? So the lack of connect of the urban citizen with the natural resource called river, it was as simple as that. And from there, the whole journey started. The organization is volunteer based. We don't have employees. There is a group of directors, and everyone else is a volunteer. It has its own advantages and disadvantages, more so advantages, because everyone feels empowered and just joins the movement. We have a very empowering tagline, "My river, my responsibility." I think this brings the whole river into your own hands, and you're able to do something. And that's the tagline we have been working with. Any journey, I think, needs both awareness and action, because one without the other really goes nowhere. Same thing with Jeevitnadi. So we work on both these directions. I'll quickly talk a little about each of these. Walks, that's our flagship activity. The first one was the river walk, which started, which still is, we still keep doing. There are a lot of walks now, a lot of people who do walks now, but I think Jeevitnadi was the first to bring it, get the river close to the citizens and open these kind of awareness walks. The river walk mixes history, geography, ecology, human, social aspect, everything together. That starts at Videshwar Siddheshwar Ghat and basically is on the Mutha River. Somewhere down the line in 2019, a nature walk was curated at the Ramula conference, again, which is something which is one of its kind, because we actually have the walk on one of the most beautiful riparian zones in the city. We also have a lot of walks now, including biodiversity walks, tree walks, butterfly walks, each walk at every stretch that we have adopted. So this concept has really grown. And we tend this walk to anyone. I mean, if it's even a third standard student or if it's a CSR company. The idea is just to get the people to the riverbank. Another one of its kind activity is the toxin-free lifestyle sessions. And I think it started with the genesis. The foundation was that you can't just talk about problems. You have to give a solution. And that's from where the toxin-free lifestyle session started. Again, something that we have delivered to a lot of schools, colleges, corporates, kitty party, groups, or even people who work in beauty parlors. So again, the audience is wide, and as long as there are 3 or 4 people the session is conducted. We also have the trainers workshop that we have done, and a lot of people have also taken up eco-entrepreneurship after this session. Latest in the bandwagon is the river curriculum, school river curriculum that we have added. It's basically for the high school children. We have a year-long program where we take 9 in-class sessions and 2 outdoor sessions by the riverbank. We started with 3 schools. Today we have 7 schools, including 1 school at Sangamner, which is outside Pune. Coming to the action side, adopt a river stretch. Incidentally, this is how Ramula Confluence, the stretch we work on, looked back in 2017, the month we adopted. This is how the stretch was, full of plastic. It's a very simple and beautiful. I think this is one of the best activities that Jeevitnadi does, where we let the citizens adopt, take responsibility of the stretch, which is either close to their office, home, or school. Incidentally, with the school curriculum also, we are trying to push this, where after 1 year of awareness, we are asking the school to adopt a stretch of the river close to where it is. It's working brilliantly. But this is a very simple and effective tool, which I feel any organization can implement in terms of the action. So the only requirement is at least 1 hour of the week you spend by the riverbank, and you do whatever is required for the riverbank. Now, when I started, I had no idea how we are going to involve people 1 hour every week, but the journey has been going on for the past 8 years. So the river just shows you what to do. Nadi Kathi, Nadi Sati. This was a tagline again, put by one of my friends, one of the volunteers. So it's by the river, for the river. These are all the different events that we hold on the river bank. I'm sure most of you have attended most of them, but this ranges from theater workshops to art installations to poetry sessions to classical music sessions. We had a whole green lesson, the river ecology classes on the riverbank. We have the Kabir Festival. That's an annual festival that we have again coming up on the 8th of Feb. But all these activities again with the only agenda of getting people from the regular, room or regular place where usually they associate such events with to the riverbank. Wetland development. This is the photos that you're seeing is the wetland development activity that happened at Vittalwadi. Again, one of the first stretches that was adopted. Very simple. The problem was identified. There was a sewage line that was broken. So, the water that was coming, there is a gomukh in that temple. So there is fresh water. We knew there was fresh water. But in the middle, there was a sewage line that was broken. So that was getting mixed. And the water that was reaching Mutha River was actually polluted. So it was a very simple objective of cleaning that water. So they worked around with aquatic plants. They redid a little bit of the path around, and the wetland is beautiful. And they've redone it again once. But what I'm trying to tell you is these are all simple to do activities that can be done by everyone. Little bit of consultation with an expert, but you're able to make a difference right on the ground. Biodiversity mapping. Now, I know tree mapping, we have gone on a huge scale. Now we are trying to map the whole river bank. But it's not only trees that we have done. We have also mapped a lot of heritage. We have mapped a lot of all the other species also. So this heritage mapping is actually at Ramulo Confluence, where you have a moat, you have a temple, you have a well, you have Satyastra. So you have so many actually structural heritage things which are seen in this stretch, and it could be seen at any stretch. So, and we didn't know this until we started doing it. So all these mappings have been done and continue to be done. Now, I don't know whether this was good or bad, but back in 2021, we caught a sand mining case at Ramula Confluence. And I think this was the step where we deep dived into administration and policy. Until then, we used to call commissioners, we used to call, people in the environment department to come for walks. It was a very goody-goody kind of a relationship. Basically, we used to work with the ward office, but with this case, once we submitted, we started writing letters, and there was a suo motu case issued on our behalf to NGT. So with that, a group of 4 of us who signed that document became part of a river rejuvenation committee. It's been 3 years, and I think that journey has made our relations more thicker with the administration, good or bad. But this has given us a dent into the policy level. Again, as you know, this is from the stretch, and this is when the work of the RFD started at PCMC side last year. So that is another journey which has been on, and it still continues. We also did the whole CHIPCO last February. It's been a year, and this is after when all the trees at RMC was marked. We also had a 1 month. So before CHIPCO, we actually got people to the stretch, spoke about the issues, spoke about what's happening, because the common citizens had no idea what was happening. So we had a whole month of Jala Sanjeevani Seva that we did every weekend, included it with also a singing session at the end. So just basically getting people to the stretch. Obviously, this ended with the CHIPCO, where we got a lot of people on the ground. Just talking about the other impact over the community, I think we can go on talking about this, but if I was to put it in some points, I think there's over 30,000 citizens that Jeevitnadi has engaged in the last decade. We have scientific papers that we have published on the biodiversity. 50 plus private and government schools that we have engaged with. A lot of associations with research and allied activities, collaborations. And corporate engagement programs we have done with more than 45 corporates. There's also been a biodiversity and habitat mapping of 22 kilometers of the stretch, which has already been done. And we are still planning to do it for other rivers. This was also some impact that came out very beautifully after the CHIPCO, where the whole nomenclature of the stretch became Ramula Devrai, and now we have the Devrai walks. We have a lot of mindfulness walks. So that's a whole new group of citizens who have joined and who are making use of that space the way it should be. So I think this is definitely a great impact, and there's been a push into a sensitive audience of the city. At the policy level, topmost, I think most of you also would have attended, but there was a natural capital accounting. That means the ecosystem services was accounted for of the Ramula confluence. This was not only the Ramula confluence, it was done for the whole Mula Mutha catchment area. This was done by Dr. T.V. Ramachandra from ICER Bangalore and his team. And we are now in the process of using this to help with our talks at the policy level. And we hope that such ecosystem evaluations are done for other river basins also, and I think it's one of its first kind, at least in Maharashtra. The other is also the DPR, detailed project report, which through the NGT case we have been able to implement. We're trying to implement still, but it is definitely a project that has come out for 700 meters of the Ram Nadi. This is a totally ecologically sensitive and ecologically viable riverfront development for the Ram Nadi. And it is for a 700 meters, the area that was part of the NGT case. Again, at the policy level, we have been able to document 450 species only at one stretch at Ramula confluence. 450 species have been documented through the GBIF, which is a global platform, online platform. And also we are trying in the process of declaring 8 hectares of the riparian zone as a community reserve. Just quickly, the awards that Jeevitnadi has won. So I would put this and an impact seen by others. Green Heroes back in 2017, Bhagirath Prayas Samman in 2022. The wetland restoration project was, the Vittalwadi project was recognized by the Wetland International. An international prize won by Prachi Wakle, one of our volunteers, where she presented an alternative, ecologically sensitive alternative of riverfront development, the Aun Ghat, and this was in the International Federation of Landscape Architects. she won that award. We've also, the art installation has been presented at Kala Ghura, the festival in Mumbai. And overall, I think as citizens, we have also been appreciated through Rotary. And I'm talking about scalability and growth. I think one example that I would definitely like to put out there is of Aryaman, who's basically joined us through one of the street plays when he was in 7th standard. The boy connected at some other level with us, and then he came back when he was in his ninth, and he came back with his parents and said he wants to do something. He really feels for this cause. And after his 10th standard board exams, this boy, along with a team of 3 or 4 of his friends, started tree mapping at our stretch. And eventually, in 1 year, he has already made an app. So this app is available on the Google Play Store, and it's a tree mapping app. And he has an Insta page of his own, and it's just not now limited to the stretch he was working on, but this is something that can be used anywhere in the world. The school curriculum, as I said, also has an adopter stretch, which basically scales this whole concept of reaching to the riverbank. Green entrepreneurs, I think we have a lot of green entrepreneurs and who have touched thousands of households inspired from the toxin-free lifestyle sessions. The innovative walks have become part of curriculums at most of the colleges, including Symbiosis, and internships and community service, because now it's part of NEP. A lot of students do come back to us because there are not many organizations working on the ground. If I talk about sustainability, I think the commitment and consistency obviously is something that holds on, and with a person like Shailaja Tai, I think that's a no-brainer. It exists in this organization. But I think other than that, also there's complete transparency. There's a lot of collaborations. I think the whole concept of Pune River Revival is also a collaboration of over 60 organizations within Pune and PCMC. And I think that's a great achievement for having started at a small 5-6 group of people to it growing to the size it has now. And the fact that we engage with community at a very basic citizen science group level, I think makes a lot of difference. And lastly, I think as an organization, you're building relationships. And that's why, that is why this organization is lasting. I always like to end my presentation with this tree. This is a mother tree in the Ramura conference. If all of you have come, you know how it looks in. And this tree has always intrigued me, and always when I look at it, there's some other adjective that comes to me. And I think today I would end it with trust. I think there's a trust that this tree shows us just by the way it is. There are 2 trees entwined, and I think that's what this organization is for the rivers of. Yeah, I would like to end and open to any questions.
Yeah, please do feel free to ask any questions, and Shubha is there. There are a couple of other Jeevitnadi members also who could be part of it. So please. Shubha, Hetal has asked what is the name of the app Arman which has done.
Yeah, I'll send it. It's called Tree App, but I'll send it. Hetal, I'll send you.
Yeah, I think if there are no questions, yeah, there is a question, Shubha.
Can 7th grader attempt this activity? Yes, of course.
Anybody, right from 5-year-old, I guess.
Yeah, so we have a regular weekly cleanups that we have. You can actually, first of all, join the Jeevitnadi community. It's a WhatsApp community. I think I'll put the link here. So you can join that so you can get to know all the activities that we do. Weekly, we have cleanups that happen at most of our adopted stretches. So you can definitely join there and you can connect with the stretch leader. Yeah. Yeah, Deepa.
Ashwini, can you put the link for Jeevitnadi community since you are there? Yeah, please put it in the chat box. Yeah.
Hi, can I ask my question?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, actually, I just started volunteering for Jeevitnadi at the Aundh the
Oh,
riverside cleaning activity. I
okay.
wanted to, it was the first, actually, I live next to the river, and the river looks quite decent from my home. But when I went close and saw how dirty it has become because of, directly pollutants being released into the river, it was very, very shocking. So has Jeevit Nadi been, obviously you must have been talking to the authorities about the sewage treatment before releasing into the river and all that. So what are their response to that?
Sai, you want to take the answer?
Yes, I will take it up. See, it's a complex issue, I would say, because yes, there is a under capacity of sewage treatment plants, which either PMC, PCMC, or it is happening across the country. It is not just the Pune city as such. But at the same time, even societies for that matter have been absolutely irresponsible, who are directly releasing sewage into the rivers, where the raw sewage comes from the residential areas, the industry. And that's where we started with my river my responsibility. So you have to take onus of what you're doing. And I think with the type of population, I'm not saying that whatever they are doing is correct, but at the same time we are not taking onus of our own responsibility also is the one of the major reason why the rivers are in this pathetic condition. None of the STP is working, and look at the policies, means people are not going to listen to it. But to tell you briefly, the riverfront development of Mula Mutha and Pavna and Indrayani together is 7,700 crores of rupees a project. There are 61 pillars of metro into the river, which costs 11,000 crores. And they have a little Pune river rejuvenation where they are building the STPs, so called, is only 1,200 crores, which is the funds are there with the government, and not a single STP has been put up in place. So the apathy is with the political leaders, the apathy is with government, and the total irresponsibility also lies with the citizens. And unless and until everybody comes up, it's going to be not so easy, or it is not impossible, but it is difficult, I can say.
I agree. Thank you so much
Yeah,
and congratulations and really great work.
yeah. Right.
Vijay has asked, do we plan another music festival like Kabir? Uh, so another music festival? No, we haven't, but we can think of. But yes, the Kabir festival is happening. It always happens in the first week of Feb, and the satsang part always happens on in association with Jeevitnadi. So this year again we have it at Ramula conference, and this year it's on the 8th of Feb. But Vijay, yeah, we can plan another. If uh, we have not thought of it, but we can. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it should be an interactive rather than having just question answers, since people are there. You should come out with your suggestions, or whatever you wish to mm, share, any thoughts or any experience or any suggestions. Everybody is most welcome.
Hello,
Yes.
I'm Nisha Munshi. I would also like to comment that uh, in the organization, somebody seems to have been dealing with the media quite well, because in the last few years, our representation in the major newspapers has increased considerably. So I think we should be happy about that.
Yes.
Now, how much of this, how much of this pressure should the government and the politicians be under because of media pressure? I don't know, but I'm sure that is helping a
Ye-
lot.
Yes, yes, it is. And I think the media has been really, really well connected with us. It doesn't have to be just one news media, means it is Indian Express or Marathi Lok Satta or Lokmat or any Maharashtra Times. They have been very sensitive about the environmental issues, and they have been well connected, and they are really publishing, and it does put some pressure on the government. Rather, our Chipko, two Chipko movements, first, which happened in April 2023, later on, we did it last year, both together, and the NGT case and many other movements which are happening regularly, the tree mapping activity which keeps on, every news which comes in the media, whether it is positive or whatever, uh, it is creating a pressure on the authorities. That is for sure, Neeta. Disha, sorry.
Yeah, Hiten.
No, Shailajatai and all the senior members of Jeevitnadi, Shubha, you all are doing such amazing, great work um, at the citizens level, creating the awareness, or be that creating pressure on the government at all levels that you all are trying is absolutely amazing. I just wanted to say that Jeevitnadi, as Nishaji pointed out just now, that has become a name known amongst people, but still there is a very good scope of people's awareness to come to know about Jeevitnadi. And it's just, you it you feel so bad when people use plastic absolutely senselessly. They just don't even think twice why and where they are using this plastic, and whether it's needed or not needed, whether it can be replaced, whether the usage can be reduced. People just don't think. Even educated people don't think. So even creating this awareness which will help the entire environment, not only the river banks but the entire environments. So if this movement should become so big, I really wish and pray that this moment becomes very big. Is what I can just share at the moment. Is what I feel about this.
It will definitely become a very big movement because
Yes, I
it,
hope and
it
pray. Yes, yes.
it's the need of the hour actually.
It's the need of the hour. People have become so senseless in using plastic. It's like crazy. Today we went to a village, Sate Sai village, and they were just oblivious to the fact that they're using plastic and throwing it here and there. Does it matter or does not matter? They were just absolutely oblivious to that. So that education over there is also needed in the villages also. They don't know what happens when they use this plastic.
So I think on one hand, we have cleaning happening on this side of Ramula conference, and on the other hand, near that cementic, there are people, that stretch where the cementic is, was earlier, the
Hmm.
class of cementic. That's where there are people who dump plastic. It is
Yeah,
how to monitor that is
pathetic to see.
something.
Yeah.
Have you thought about it? How to monitor that? Because that's I think from there then it goes back here, right? That's what I
See, sometimes I feel ki rather than authorities, I think rather than, I many a times I jokingly say, instead of Pune Municipal Corporation, we should start saying People's Municipal Corporation, and the citizens start taking initiative for vigilant monitoring system, creating, things like that, because that's something I feel that we should take the lead and make
right.
these things happen. Otherwise, these things are not going to happen if you keep on,
Yes.
just
So we should have some team which keeps on monitoring every time from
right.
that
Actually,
they don't add that there. So there is no addition, right? Or there is no incremental waste going in there. So from that perspective.
actually, the adopter stretch is a good point to actually get people from that locality into any action. And I've seen this happen at Ramula conference where people have come and actually picked up plastic in their own hands and then realized that this is what is happening to every piece of plastic that I'm using. So that goes, and then they make some change in their lifestyle. Because again, most of the time we just talk about problems very intellectually. It does not affect us because immediately it does not affect us. मुझे कुछ हो नहीं रहा है, मैं वो प्लास्टिक फेंक रही हूँ तो मुझे कुछ हो नहीं रहा. So until that hits you somewhere, until you pick up that piece of diaper or a sanitary napkin soiled in the river bed, in the river bank, it's not going to touch you. I mean, it might be someone else's, but for it to touch you, something has to happen. And I think that's why adopt a stretch, going on the ground and doing some kind of a work always makes a difference, I think. And that's one real good plus point of
Yeah,
this.
I think, and you are right, absolutely, because all adopter stretches, the volunteers are saying the same thing. Even Ashwini also will agree. She is there right now. Mrunal is not there. But everyone has gone through this. And when even the corporates, the employees who come, they have converted and they have started saying that we have started talking about this, that how come we are not so sure that this plastic is not coming from my own home unless and until I manage it. So managing at source, managing at home is something which adopt a stretch gives you this feeling. Absolutely. I agree.
Yeah, of course, ma'am. But incidentally, actually, the upper Bhima, where actually is the source of the whole Bhima river, there is microplastics there, and that's from the people who are visiting the Bhima Shankar temple. So if you just say at the source level, the villagers might be actually, I'm not saying they're not doing, they are not polluted, that they are also polluted. But what's happening is people from the city are going there, and so there's a lot which is happening from people like us. So if we can just start with us, I think the problem starts getting simpler. So let's do what we can do. And definitely, we need to lobby and do whatever you can, but let's start with us.
Yes, Deepali has raised a hand. Deepali?
Yes, I just wanted to say that if Jeevitnadi is starting any fresh campaign where we need to get a lot of people involved, then people from our group of societies, ALM, can support, come and either do a demonstration for more STPs or to campaign against plastic, like she said. So we are more than willing. So,
Yeah.
There's your society.
Gemini Riverfront near the Gaon, near the river.
Okay. So
Near
you're in touch,
Rohan,
right?
yes. I'm already part of the.
Yeah, we'll surely reach out.
Yeah. Thank
you.
Yeah. So if all are done, should we, Sanjeev, would you like to sum up and conclude? Sanjeev? Sanjeev, you are not audible.
Sorry, I'm not audible. Hello.
No, we are not able to hear you, Sanjeev. Okay, I think Sanjeev it seems to be a little difficult for Sanjeev, but on behalf of
Sorry, you're not
Jeevitnadi.
able to hear me.
Yeah, now we can.
Talking
Yes,
about
please,
the
please,
laptop which I
please.
was using.
Yeah,
Yeah.
please go
So
ahead, Sanjeev.
thank you, Shubha and Shailaja. I think it was the most useful and enlightening session. It's been really astounding that so much of effort has been done in various activities by Jeevitnadi over more than almost, I can say, I think 12, 13 years. And we have got so many citizens, touched so many lives and communities. And we all wish the best. I think we require more and more people to join Jeevitnadi and take up the similar efforts wherever the river is there next to their place. That will be a real big initiative. I think that's the way, people will become sensitive, aware, and whatever plastic dropping and all will stop, and people start getting connected and feel for the nature and all its like hills and rivers. So thank you very much for putting so many activities in, putting in half an hour. I think it was a very difficult job, I can understand. And so one thing which I always tell people, it's good to hear presentations, but it's better to come to the place and help out. Presentations are good for corporates, for people who are working on the ground level. It's best that we come and join the efforts. That would be the best, what do you say, gratitude for this presentation. So thank you.
Thank you, Subbu.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Right.
Thank you.